faster, a beautiful mad disaster. Wait, baby, I have to. I gotta pinch, gotta check, I'm not dreaming. I can't escape you. I try, but I can't hate you. No, it's part of my nature. I gotta pinch, gotta check, I'm still breathing. I'm not scared to look.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are going to be doing this Valentine's Day inspired glossy eyelid look. I honestly love how this look turned out. I think it's so pretty and a little bit different than your normal Valentine's Day look, mainly just with the gloss. I think it just turned out really, really pretty. Also, this look is super simple and yeah, I think it's just going to be great for Valentine's Day. One thing that I'm really, really excited about this tutorial is that it's all drugstore / affordable makeup. I know a lot of you guys always ask me to do more tutorials incorporating drugstore stuff. Which I feel like I do incorporate a decent amount of drugstore stuff in like my normal everyday routine, just because I typically like a lot of drugstore, you know, like concealers and foundations and whatnot. But I do know that a lot of people like just full face using only drugstore and affordable looks, so I definitely want to incorporate more of that into my channel. And because I was going to do 3 Valentine's Day looks on my channel this year, I wanted to make at least one of them drugstore, so I hope you guys like this look. I think it turned out really pretty and I think it's going to be really great for Valentine's Day. Before we hop into the video, if you guys are new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I put out new videos every single week. Also, if you guys end up liking the video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. It would mean a lot to me. If you guys are interested to see how to achieve this look, then just keep on watching. Alright, so I went ahead and primed my face and I went ahead and also did my brows off camera since you guys see me do my brows a lot. We're going to go ahead and move on to foundation. So the foundation that I'm going to be using today is a combination that I've been really loving recently. This is the LA Girl Pro Coverage Foundation, and I'm mixing it with the NYX Total Control drops. And I'm just going to mix it on this little makeshift palette that I have right here. Usually what I've been doing is putting like 3 drops of the LA Girl, and then I've been putting like 3 drops of the NYX Total Control. And then just taking my damp beauty blender, I'm just going to be mixing that and then putting it all over my face. For concealer today, I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Porcelain. This is my go-to concealer between drugstore and high-end. I feel like this concealer is just like freaking amazing. I included this in my 2016 beauty favorites for a reason, because it's so freaking good. To set my entire face, I'm taking the LA Girl Pro Face HD High Definition Matte Pressed Powder, and this is in the shade Classic Ivory. And then I'm just setting this using a Morphe R0 brush. Alright, to contour, I'm taking the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contour Palette, and I'm just going to be dipping into this using the Morphe R7 brush. For blush today, I'm using the NYX blush in the shade Apricot, and I'm taking that on a Morphe M402 brush, which is like a super fluffy, angled brush. For highlight today, I'm taking the e.l.f. highlight in the shade Pink Diamonds, which is so freaking pretty. Like, I'm so obsessed with this highlight. It's a really pretty baked pink highlighter, and I feel like with the look that we're going to be doing today, it's going to look really, really nice. So I'm just taking that using a Morphe M500 brush, which I also got a little bit damp, just so the highlight is a little bit more intense. Alright, and then taking a smaller brush, I'm using the Morphe R36, and I'm going to be using this to highlight my nose, my brow bone, and then my Cupid's bow. Alright, so I've already got this eye completely done with lashes, mascara, eyeshadow, everything is all done on this side. So we're going to go ahead and start on this side right here. So to start off, I'm going to be going into the blush that we used on our face. This is the NYX blush in the shade Apricot. We're going to be using this as a transition, so I'm just taking this on a little blending brush from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And we're going to start putting this all up in the crease. You basically just want to put it all above the crease and then kind of start flicking it out. Alright, so next, instead of taking eyeshadow, I'm actually going to be taking a matte liquid lipstick. So I'm going to be taking the Milani Amore Matte Lip Cream in the shade Loved, which is this really pretty mauvey pink shade. And this is what we're going to be putting on the lid and then blending it out to the rest of the eye. The reason we put the blush down beforehand, or the eyeshadow, you can kind of use whatever. Like I said, this is going to be kind of like the transition shade. So the lipstick is matte and it's going to dry down really quick. So the blush kind of acts as like a safety guard basically, so if like you don't blend it out that well, you kind of already have that transition and that blend above the lipstick, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like a safety guard basically. Just taking a little blending brush, this one is the M511 from Morphe, and I've got like a little palette again, and I'm just going to be kind of dipping into this lipstick a little bit at a time, and then I'm going to start putting this on the lid and blending it out to the rest of the eye. Now I'm dipping back into the apricot blush, and I'm kind of just taking that to blend out the edges a little bit more into the crease. To clean up the edges, I'm taking an angled cream contour brush from Sigma. This is the F61, and I'm dipping into a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I'm just going to drag this along and clean up the edges. For the glossy portion of the eyes, I'm taking the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Tiramisu, which is a really similar color to what we already have in the eyes, so it's going to match really well. And I'm just going to put this on the back of my hand and just kind of dip into it. So I'm just taking the Morphe M412, which is just a little blending brush. You can kind of use whatever brush is small enough and can work well for this. So I'm just dipping into this really lightly, and when you're applying this onto the eyes, you just kind of want to focus on the center portion. You don't want to bring the gloss out to the outer edge or the inner corner, because then it's going to kind of smear and it's going to look a little patchy. So the main thing is you just want to focus on the center, and then as you kind of get rid of some of the product, then just take the brush and then just lightly pat on the other sections of the eye. It doesn't really make much sense when I'm telling you guys, but you guys will kind of see what I'm doing as I'm doing it, basically. So I'm just starting off in the center of the eye, and that's where I'm focusing more of the gloss. As I'm getting rid of this gloss, I'm just going to be lightly tapping on the other sections of the eye. And you really want to avoid the crease area. Moving on to mascara, I'm taking the Pixi by Petra Large Lash Mascara, and this is honestly one of my favorite mascaras at the moment. It's Drugstore. I'm not entirely sure how much this retails for. I think it's probably around like $10 or $12, but I love the bristles on this. It's so fluffy, and I'm not like a huge fan of mascaras. Like, I don't really see a difference between different mascaras, but this one I feel like really does actually lengthen your lashes. I also am just a fan of these type of bristles. I don't like silicone bristles, so if you guys are looking for a pretty good mascara, I would highly recommend this one. Alright, so the one product in this tutorial that is not Drugstore is the lashes. I don't have any Drugstore lashes at the moment, so you guys can leave the eyes just with mascara, or you guys can use something like Ardell Wispies or Ardell Demi Wispies. Those would look really pretty with this look. The lashes that I'm going to be using today are from Lily Lashes, which, like I said, is not a Drugstore brand. But yeah, you guys can leave it at mascara, or you can use a Drugstore lash brand. Next, for the waterline, I am taking the Wet n Wild eye pencil in the shade Violet Offense, and I am going to be putting this in the waterline. Alright, so for lipstick today, I'm taking the NYX Lingerie in the shade Lace Detail, and then I'm mixing it with the Milani Amore Matte number 12 in the shade Loved. But yeah, I'm mixing these two together to kind of create a nice mauve shade. Yeah, I don't know, it looks really pretty, these two together. Alright, so this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for weekly videos. If you guys are interested in anything that is on my face right now, go check out the description box below. That will have all of the products listed down there, as well as all of my social media accounts, discount codes, and pretty much anything that you might need. It'll probably be down below. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comment section down below. I go through it periodically and go reply to comments and see you guys' feedback. Also, if you guys have any requests for videos that you guys want to see in the future, let me know so I can kind of gauge on what wants to be seen and kind of, you know, decide what to film in what order, if that makes sense. I think that is all I have to say, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.